You can always spot a brand new rider from a mile away, not because they're bad, but because every single one of us went through this phase. We've all done the awkward parking lot shuffle, the panicked stall at the light, or that nervous head turn when a car sneaks up beside us. Hey, it's Matthew from Autozium, and today we're breaking down 7 rookie moves that instantly expose new riders. Don't worry, I'm not here to roast you. I'm here to help you fix them fast, so you look confident, smooth, and completely in control every time you roll out. All right, let's dive in. Number 1, the death grip. Every new rider does this. Hands locked on the bars like they're hanging from a cliff. You can almost see it from a distance. Shoulders tight, arms straight, wrists bent weirdly, and the whole body tense like the bike's about to explode. It's a natural instinct. You're sitting on 2 wheels, maybe doing 40, 50 miles an hour, and your brain screams, hang on tight. But here's the thing, that death grip is one of the fastest ways to lose control. When you squeeze the bars like that, you're fighting the very system that's trying to help you stay stable. A motorcycle wants to balance itself. That's how it's designed. The geometry of the front fork, the gyroscopic effect of the wheels, even the suspension, they're all working in your favor. But when you clamp down hard, you override all of that natural movement. The bike starts to feel twitchy. Every little bump feels amplified. You start overcorrecting, and before you know it, the whole ride feels exhausting. The fix is all about trust. You've got to let the bike do what it was built to do. Keep your elbows bent like shock absorbers and your wrists loose. Imagine you're holding a baby bird, firm enough not to drop it, but gentle enough not to crush it. Your hands are there to guide, not strangle. Try this the next time you ride. Unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders, and breathe out. You'll notice the bike suddenly feels smoother. You'll start gliding instead of fighting. Once you learn to relax, everything changes. Your steering becomes precise, your cornering improves, and your fatigue drops dramatically. Suddenly, you're not wrestling a machine, you're dancing with it. Number 2, looking down instead of ahead. This one catches every beginner, and it's easy to see why. When you're learning clutch control, throttle finesse, or shifting, your brain's overwhelmed. So your eyes naturally drop to the most immediate thing in front of you. But on a motorcycle, where you look is where you go. Literally, the bike follows your eyes like a magnet. When you stare down at the ground, you rob yourself of anticipation. You can't react to what's ahead because you're focused on what's already under your front wheel. And that's dangerous. Riders who fixate on the pavement tend to drift, wobble, or even target fixate straight into obstacles. Ever notice when you panic and stare at a curb, you somehow hit it? That's why. The solution is simple, but it takes practice. Lift your vision. When cornering, look through the turn, not into it. Spot your exit early. When riding straight, scan far ahead and keep your eyes moving. Your peripheral vision will take care of the rest. You don't need to stare at every crack in the road. This small change does more than improve control, it builds confidence. The moment you start looking up and trusting your instincts, you'll feel your balance and line stabilize. It's like your brain and body finally sync up. So remember this mantra: eyes lead, body follows, bike obeys. The sooner you master that, the sooner you stop riding scared and start riding smart. Number 3, the parking lot panic. We've all been there. The dreaded low speed wobble. You're pulling a U turn, maybe practicing in a parking lot, and suddenly the handlebars start shaking. The bike feels like it's tipping, and your heart rate spikes. You freeze, hit the brake, and boom. You're doing the slow motion drop dance in front of strangers. Embarrassing? Sure, but totally normal. The reason this happens is usually twofold: poor throttle control and bad head position. At slow speeds, your motorcycle needs a little momentum to stay balanced. Cut the throttle or look down, and the balance disappears. Your front wheel starts to flop, and gravity does the rest. The tighter you try to fight it, the worse it gets. The fix is all about smoothness. Keep a steady, gentle throttle. Don't chop it, don't roll it off. Just hold it steady. That constant pull keeps the bike upright. Next, Turn your head, not just your eyes, in the direction you want to go. Your shoulders and bars will naturally follow. It feels weird at first, but it's like flipping a switch. Suddenly, the bike glides through the turn instead of fighting you. If you really want to improve, dedicate 15 minutes a week to parking lot drills. Practice figure eights, U turns, and stop and go maneuvers. Use cones, chalk, or even water bottles as markers. You'll not only conquer the wobble, but start mastering clutch throttle balance, a skill that pays off in every situation, from city traffic to mountain switchbacks. Because here's the truth: control isn't learned at 60 miles per hour, it's learned at 6 miles per hour. Number 4, poor lane positioning. If there's one subtle skill that separates rookies from riders who look completely in command, it's lane positioning. Most new riders pick a random spot in the lane, usually the middle, and just stay there, no matter what's happening around them. But lane position isn't static. It's a living decision you make second by second, and it can be the difference between being seen and being sideswiped. Let's break it down. Your lane has three main zones: left, center, and right. Each one has a purpose depending on the situation. The left side gives you visibility and dominance, great for passing or making yourself known to drivers ahead. The right side is safer when traffic is merging from the left or when you're preparing for a right hand turn. And the center? It's useful sometimes, but also where all the oil, coolant, and road junk collect, especially at stoplights. New riders often don't think about this. They just ride. But smart riders position themselves. They use the lane to create space, visibility, and escape routes. They're constantly asking, who can see me? Who can't? What happens if that car moves over right now? Here's an example. You're riding behind a car in traffic. If you sit directly in the center, you're invisible to the driver two cars up who might change lanes. Shift slightly left or right, and suddenly you pop into view. Same thing at intersections. Always stop where your headlight lines up with a driver's mirror. If you can see their eyes, they can see you. Good lane positioning isn't just defensive riding, it's assertive awareness. You're not reacting, you're predicting. You're claiming your space on the road instead of hoping others give it to you. A quick drill. Next time you ride, consciously move through your lane depending on what's happening around you. Left track for visibility, right for spacing, center only when clean and safe. You'll notice traffic reacting differently. Drivers give you more room because you look like you belong there. It's a subtle shift, but it's huge. Poor lane positioning screams beginner. Smart lane control says, I know what I'm doing. Because mastering a motorcycle isn't just about balance or throttle, it's about reading the road like chess, one move ahead. Number 5, overusing the rear brake. This one's a rite of passage for new riders. Stomping the rear brake like you're putting out a fire. It makes sense psychologically. The front brake feels intimidating, especially after hearing all those horror stories of riders flipping over or washing out. So beginners rely on the rear pedal. It feels safer, more controlled. But in reality, it's one of the fastest ways to lose stability, especially at slow speeds. Here's the truth. Your front brake does 70 to 80% of your stopping power. The rear is more of a helper, not the star of the show. When you mash that rear pedal, all your weight shifts forward, unloading the back tire and making it easier to skid. That's why you'll see riders fishtailing into intersections or doing that awkward parking lot drop. The rear loses grip, and once it locks, you're just a passenger. The fix? Start reprogramming your instincts to trust the front brake. It's not your enemy, it's your best friend when you use it right. Practice progressive braking. Start light on the lever, then gradually squeeze harder as the bike slows and the front tire digs in. It's all about feel, smooth and steady, not grabby or abrupt. Add just a touch of rear brake to balance things out, especially during slow speed maneuvers or downhill stops. Find an empty parking lot and practice stopping from 20, then 30, then 40 miles per hour. Feel the front suspension dive, get used to that weight shift, and learn how to modulate your pressure. You'll notice your stopping distances shrink, your confidence rises, and your panic reactions disappear. Smooth braking is a skill that separates rookies from real riders. Once you master it, every stop feels intentional, controlled, and effortless. And that's how pros ride. Number 6, not using countersteering. Countersteering sounds like witchcraft when you first hear it. Push right to go right, push left to go left. It sounds backward, but it's how every motorcycle actually turns once you're above about 10 miles per hour. The science is simple, but mind blowing. When you gently push the right handlebar, the front wheel momentarily points left, causing the bike to lean right, and lean equals turn. The problem is, most new riders don't know this consciously. They try to lean their body into corners without guiding the bars. The result? Wide turns, wobbly lines, and that terrifying drift toward the outside lane. It's not that they can't ride, they just haven't learned to trust physics yet. Here's how to fix it. Start small. Find a quiet stretch of road or parking lot and ride at about 20 miles per hour. Now, gently push forward on the right handlebar. Don't pull with the left, just a soft push. You'll feel the bike lean right like magic. Then do the opposite side. Once you get that aha moment, it clicks forever. In real world riding, countersteering becomes second nature. It's how you swerve to avoid obstacles, carve corners, or correct mid turn lines. It's also what gives you control in emergencies. When you understand it, your bike stops feeling like a machine and starts feeling like an extension of your body. It's a confidence multiplier because once you truly feel countersteering, you stop fearing corners and start craving them. Number 7, riding in fear instead of flow. This one's not about technique, it's about mindset. And honestly, it's the hardest habit to break. Every new rider goes through it. The fear of leaning too far, braking too late, or taking a turn too fast. You ride stiff, hesitant, scanning for every danger like a rabbit in traffic. You're so focused on not crashing that you forget to actually ride. But here's the irony. Fear doesn't protect you on a motorcycle. It distracts you. It tenses your muscles, shortens your vision, and slows your reactions. When your brain is in fight or flight, it stops processing smoothly. And smooth is everything on two wheels. So how do you fix it? You don't erase fear. You replace it with familiarity. Confidence comes from repetition, not bravado. Find a quiet spot to practice the things that scare you. Low-speed U-turns, emergency stops, leaning into corners. Do them slowly, deliberately, again and again, until your body understands what your brain doesn't trust yet. The more your muscles learn, the quieter your fear gets. And remember, everyone starts somewhere. Even the smooth, confident riders you admire now, they dropped bikes, stalled in traffic, and froze mid-corner once too. The only difference is they kept practicing until fear turned into flow. When you hit that point, when your body moves instinctively, when turns feel effortless, and when every ride feels like meditation on motion, that's when you're no longer trying to ride. You're just riding. Here's the truth. Every rookie move you just heard, every single experienced rider has done them. The only difference is pros learn from them and move forward. So don't beat yourself up. Just start fixing one at a time. Ride smooth, ride aware, and keep learning. I'm Matthew from Autozium. If this video helped you, give it a like, share it with a new rider who needs to hear it, and hit that subscribe button. Because the only thing better than riding is riding well. See you out there.